Good evening, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's class. Today we are on November 17th. So just a friendly reminder that this is the last day of week number 5. Okay, just keep in mind that. So I want to mention something. Remember that right here, we are on week number 5. So next week will be week number 6. And after that, we're going to have week number 7, right? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that right here, I think according to me and according to the calendar, we will have our final quiz on December 8th. Okay, so please just keep this in mind. I need a confirmation anyways from the coordinator of La Academia de Idiomas that if things just go the way it has been, I think that that is the day for the final quiz, because right now we are on week number 5. This is gonna be week number 6, right here, week number 7. And after that, we will have week number 8, right here. We're gonna have regular classes, and right here, we will have the final quiz. Okay, just remember that the final quiz, it's online. Okay, all of the sessions are online, and also the quiz, it's going to be online, so you don't have to move. Now, I'm going to start passing the attendance. Please, if you hear your name, let me know that you are there. Remember that you have many ways to let me know that you are there, such as hello. You can say here, hi, miss, good evening. That is up to you. Alex Ayauca.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. Thank you. Pedro Anchundia.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Pedro. Thank you. Catherine Bermeo.
Hello.
Hello, Catherine. Thank you. Alexander Castro. Juan Carlos Cordero.
Good evening.
Good evening, Juan Carlos. Erika del Valle.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Erika. Thank you. Jessica Jimenez.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Jessica. Luis Sarabia. I know that you are speaking, but I cannot hear you. Try to fix
Hello.
you. Okay, right there.
Hello.
Thank you. Ángel Toaza. Zuley Vega. Okay, please, Catherine, and please, Erika, I need your cameras on. Otherwise, I will have to remove you from the session, okay? Okay, so once again, and this is gonna be how I'm gonna do things from now on, do not forget about Alticia, guys. This is important because, as I was telling you yesterday, this will be 2 points out of the 10 possible points that you can get in this course. Just remember, you approve the level with 7, okay? That is the minimum rating in order to approve the lab. So remember that yesterday I was mentioning about your progress. I know that probably the progress right now is not a big deal. Probably the progress did not increase. But anyway, this is me telling you this friendly reminder that you have to progress in your Alticia activities. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, guys, let's move on. Pedro.
Teacher, una consulta. Lo que pasa es que recién me estaba viendo los videos
Ujú.
y ahí vieron que en Alticia está, dice desactivado, le vi ahí. Entonces yo este fin de semana me iba a poner a hacer el tema de Alticia porque no entendía bien cómo era, ¿no? Pero lo que vio usted en la pantalla que decía desactivado, no sé si vi mal.
Let me check.
Y otra consulta, bueno, ya en el video lo estaba viendo, estaba más o menos entendiendo. Esta, lo de Alticia es si yo, un fin de semana que yo tenga libre, puedo trabajarlo todo y avanzar lo más que pueda,
Sí, no
o
hay
es por
límite de
parte.
tiempo. No hay
Ah,
límite
ok.
de tiempo. ¿Dónde dice desactivado?
En la parte donde dice activado, yo vi por ahí que decía Anchundia desactivado. O no sé si vi mal. No, vi mal entonces.
No, ni siquiera ahorita me reflejas. No sé
Ahí,
si
aquí Anchundia, ahí
está
sale.
activo. Es que si te sale desactivado es porque no has ingresado últimamente, pero aquí estás.
Ya, ok,
Okay.
ya. Gracias, disculpe.
You're welcome. No, it's always a pleasure. Okay, guys, so let's keep working, right? Yesterday, we progressed in 2 units. We basically developed unit 6A and 6B. So right now, we will continue with unit 7A. Just remember, if I'm not telling you to do an activity, don't do it, okay? Just remember that so we can be all on the same page. Let me close this because this is not your book. This is your book actually. Okay, there we go. So, Jessica, can you please read the title of Unit 7A?
What do you do in your free time?
What do you do in your free time? Amazing. Thank you very much, Jessica. So yeah, that is, I'm sorry. So that is the content, that is the name of this current unit. And of course, as usual, we have 3 different sections: the grammar section, the vocabulary, and the pronunciation. In the grammar section, we will check about word orders in questions and be and present simple. In vocabulary, as probably you're seeing right here, we're gonna check about sports, also about common verb phrases and some vocabulary related to free time. Now, in the pronunciation section, we will check about the right pronunciation with words that begin with W, with H, okay? That is the content that we will cover about this. So let's do the first activity. Activity 1A. Look at the photos and match them with the sports in the list. Okay, so once again, this is the instruction. Look at the photos, right? We have this photo right here, and match them with the sports in the list. So we have these sports right here. We have archery, we have ice hockey, we have table tennis, we have handball and rugby. So right now, your task is to match each of these pictures And you're gonna try to guess what's the name of the sport that belongs, okay? Let's have 3 minutes to do this, and then we're gonna check your answers. Okay, guys, so just remember the pronunciation of each of these sports, okay? This first one is archery, okay? Next one, ice hockey. Next one, table tennis, handball, and rugby. Okay? I'm gonna give you 1 more minute and then we check the answers. Okay, so let's check your answers. So, Pedro Anchundia, according to you, Pedro, what's the sport of picture with the letter A? This one right here.
Rugby.
Correct. That's rugby. Correct. Similar to American soccer, right? I'm sorry, American football. So rugby. Thank you very much, Pedro. Jessica Jimenez, what about letter B? What's the sport related with this picture right here?
Ice hockey.
Correct. Ice hockey. That is the correct answer. Now, remember to write the letters in capital letters, not like this, because that's the way that we have it right here. Otherwise, they are going to be marked as wrong, okay? Luis Sarabia, what about letter C? What's the sport related with this picture?
Archery.
Correct, archery. That is the correct answer. Thank you very much, Luis. Erika del Valle, what about the sport on letter D? What's the name of this sport?
Handball.
Handball, correct. Amazing job, Erika. And of course, we already have the last one, but I'm gonna ask anyway to Juan Carlos to tell me how to pronounce this.
Table tennis.
Table tennis, correct. That is the correct answer and the correct pronunciation. So the next activity, it's gonna be related with this activity as well, okay? I'm gonna play the audio, so you are gonna be hearing the pronunciation of each of these sports. Please pay attention.
3.2 C,
Archery.
B,
Ice hockey.
E,
Table tennis.
D,
Handball.
A,
Rugby.
Okay, so right here, remember, it's no rugby, but we pronounce it with like an O, rugby. Okay, that is the correct pronunciation. Let's move on into the next activity. And right here, we will have an activity related with reading. So let's see. Alex, can you please read the instruction of this activity?
1C, read the article complete with a sport.
Correct. Thank you very much, Alex. So read the article complete with a sport. So right here, you have a paragraph, or also known as a sport. And these are the possible options. So right here, you will have to try to guess what's the sport that it's being played in each of these countries. So notice, this one is Iceland, Iceland, Samoa, China, Canada. Okay, no Canada, that is Spanish. Canada, okay, the stress goes right here, Canada. Then we have Bhutan, Bhutan. Those are the countries that right here, they are gonna be talking about. So we have football isn't the only sport, right? Soccer is not the only sport. We have many additional sports. Football is probably the top sport in the world, but in some countries, other sports are number one, okay? So right now, please read each of these possible sports and just try to complete with any of these possible answers. Remember, table tennis, handball, rugby, ice hockey, and archery. Okay, so let's have 3 minutes. And once that you guys are ready, I'm gonna ask for any volunteer to read this, okay? Okay, guys, do I have any volunteer for the first paragraph related to Iceland? Just remember, guys, don't feel embarrassed, don't feel like you are doing bad. If you mispronounce any word, I'm right here to tell you how to actually pronounce the word, okay? So anybody wants to go with the Iceland paragraph? Okay, so let's go then. I'm gonna choose my volunteer if I don't have any. Alex Ayauca, can you please read the Iceland paragraph?
Iceland. Here, the national sport handball, and they were good at it. The population is only
Okay, you can skip it, just go ahead. Continue, just continue.
But their men's team is one of the top teams in the world. This sport is also very popular in Denmark, Norway, and Sweden.
Okay, thank you very much. So the pronunciation of this number, I know that it's large, is 300,000. Okay, that is the pronunciation, but you did it really good. Okay, so also you got the correct answer. The national sport in Iceland, it's handball. I didn't know that, now I know. So thank you very much, Alex, for that help reading the paragraph. Okay, now let's go with Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, please go with the next country. This country is Samoa.
Samoa, in this very small Pacific island, is the #1 sport and their team usually plays in the World Cup finals. People from this country also often play in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK.
Okay, so do you have the answer for this, Juan Carlos? Do you know what's the sport that they play in Samoa?
I don't know.
Take a look right here. I mean, well, I know about sports, but they play this sport, they are saying in Australia, in New Zealand and UK. They also play this sport in Argentina. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a really popular sport in Argentina as well. In Uruguay, it's also popular. Does anybody knows the answer for number 2?
Rugby.
It's rugby, correct. Correct. Look, they even have World Cup just as football, right? This is a really popular sport. So it's a big deal. So correct, it's rugby. Amazing. Thank you very much, Juan Carlos. And I think that was Pedro that told the answer. Now, Pedro, this is your turn. You're going to talk about China. So go ahead. If you have the answer, let me know your answer as well.
Okay. In China, table tennis or ping pong is a national sport here, and they have the top five men and women play in the world. Other countries that are very good at this sport are Japan, Korea, and Germany.
Correct. Great job, Pedro. I think that probably the only word that you mispronounced was Japan. That's it. Besides that, really good job. I mean, things with countries sometimes is a bit tricky, but remember that right here it's Japan, Korea, and Germany. So great job. So this was an easy one because we have an equivalent, right? A similar word, ping pong or table tennis, same thing. Now, Luis Sarabia, let's continue with the paragraph related to Canada.
Canada, here people love and water sport, and they also sing medals in the Winter Olympics. The favorite sport to watch and to play here is
What's the answer according to you? The only two options left are ice hockey and archery. Canada, it's really famous because this is sport.
the ice.
Correct. I don't know if you guys saw, but there is even
Okay.
like a couple of weeks ago, there was an accident during a match of ice hockey. One of the players, I mean, probably he had not intention, but he murdered the other player from the other team. So, I mean, that news was worldwide really popular. So thank you very much, Luis. So right here, the pronunciation of this word, it's all. All means that everybody, okay? All, todo. This one right here, winter. Winter, it's a season. Invierno, winter. This is a word that yesterday we were checking. This is an adverb of frequency, always. And this is kind of a tricky word, but I'm gonna tell you how to pronounce it. It's favorite. Favorite, okay? And remember that right here is no watch, that is watch with O, okay? And we have the last one. We already know that in this case, it's the only option left, but I'm gonna ask anyway to Erika del Valle. Can you please read the Bhutan paragraph?
Bhutan in this small country in the
Himalaya.
Archery.
Mhm.
Archery in the national sport in the competition. The men play in teams. During a match, the players
Why?
sing and dance. They want to distract the other team.
Okay, thank you very much, Erika. So right here, small country, Malaya's competition. No, I mean, you did it really good. Really good. I don't have any observation about your pronunciation. Great job, Erika. Thank you very much. So those are the correct answers, guys. Please, as you are seeing right here, write all of the letters with lowercase, no capital letter, no like this. Otherwise, this is gonna be marked as wrong, okay? Handball, rugby, table tennis, ice hockey, and finally archery. Now, so just click into finish the 10. And I want to tell you something before we move on into the next activity, okay? Right now, since this is the first level, I'm trying to give you really good bases, okay? Les estoy tratando de dar buenas bases, es el nivel número 1, okay? But let's be honest, if you want to speak in English, my recommendation is, first of all, read. all of the content that you are able to read, read it. Not only on the class, but outside the class as well. Si quieren mejorar su speaking, ¿verdad? Esto acá es grammar. Y yo les doy las reglas, yo les digo cómo formar las oraciones, pero el hablar implica muchas otras cosas. Implica lo que les he hecho hacer ahorita, que lean. Yo sé que es incómodo a veces y a uno le da vergüenza, ¿no? Porque hay unas palabras que uno dice, ¿y cómo voy a pronunciar eso? Yo nunca la he visto. Arriésguense, no pasa nada, estamos acá. Yo no es que les estoy calificando cómo pronuncian o no, ¿no? Esa es una. Otra, cuando yo les hable, lo trato de hacer bastante pausado, ¿no? Mi acento obviamente es diferente al acento del libro, porque el acento del libro son personas nativas de Inglaterra. Pero esa es otra. También practiquen sus listening skills. Cuando yo les diga, chicos, la pronunciación es así, no lo digo porque me gusta pronunciarlo, es mi hobby favorito, no, sino para que ustedes lo escuchen. Si desean, lo anoten. Y lo que sirve muchísimo es que si yo les digo, chicos, la pronunciación es humble, ustedes tienen su micrófono apagado, así que pueden pronunciarlo también ustedes, decir humble, rugby, por su parte, para que puedan ir mejorando sus speaking skills, ¿ok? Now, I'm gonna play this audio right now, so please follow the paragraph, follow the reading, so you can double check the right pronunciation of the words. When I say double check, cuando yo les digo el término double check, es que rechequeen, por así decirlo, revisen nuevamente, okay? So whenever you hear double check, is that, okay? Let's hear it.
3.3. Football isn't the only sport.
Football is probably the top sport in the world, but in some countries, other sports are the number one.
Iceland.
Here, the national sport is handball, and they're very good at it. The population is only 300,000, but their men's team is one of the top teams in the world. The sport is also very popular in Denmark, Norway and Sweden.
Samoa.
In this very small Pacific island, rugby is the number one sport, and their team usually plays in the World Cup finals. People from this country also often play in Australia, New Zealand and the UK.
China.
Table tennis, or ping pong, is the national sport here, and they have the top 5 men and women players in the world. Other countries that are very good at this sport are Japan, Korea and Germany.
Canada.
Here, people love all winter sports, and they always win medals in the Winter Olympics. The favourite sport to watch and to play here is ice hockey.
Bhutan.
In this small country in the Himalayas, archery is the national sport. In competitions, the men play in teams. During a match, the players' wives sing and dance. They want to distract the other teams.
Okay, guys. Now, let's move on into the next activity, and this is an activity related to your listening skills, okay? So you are going to listen an interview, right? An interview, it's like whenever you have 2 parts and somebody is asking you questions. For example, you can have a job interview, right? In that job interview, this person is going to ask you, okay, like, tell me, how was your last job? Okay, my last job was in Unilever, and I was really good over there, but I have to exit because of this, blah, blah, blah. That is an interview, okay? So basically what you are going to listen is this. You are going to listen about Verónica Cuadrado. Verónica Cuadrado, right here we have a description of Veronica. So I'm gonna ask Catherine, can you please read Veronica's Cuadrado description?
Veronica Cuadrado is from Santander in Spain, but she lives in Denmark. She is a professional handball player and plays for the Danish club Randers HK. She has an Olympic bronze medal.
Amazing. Great job, Catherine. Thank you very much. So that is an introduction, right? Now we know that she is from Spain. Notice the pronunciation of this word. It's no Spain. No, it's Spain, right? No Spain, but Spain. This is the country and this is the city. Spain, Santander, okay? But she's not living in Spain. She's living in Denmark. And she's a professional handball player and she plays for this club, Danish club Randers HK. She has an Olympic bronze medal. So she's a big deal, okay? So now that we know about Veronica Cuadrado, we are going to listen about an interview with her. Somebody will ask her questions. Somebody will ask her questions about how it's her routine. How does she train? How does she get to be so much better? Okay, so these are the questions that you guys are gonna listen to. Okay, your task, and this is the one, this is the exact same thing that you have right here, but we will go to the Moodle so we can do the activity. Okay, so Alex Ayauca, can you please read the instruction?
Listen to an interview, write here, number the questions in the order the interviewer asked her.
Correct. The pronunciation of this is with, okay? It's like, for example, I'm telling you, I'm with Alex. Yo estoy con Alex. That is with, okay? So basically right here, you have 8 numbers. And right here, you have 8 possible questions. What you will have to do is that I'm going to play the audio, right? And you are going to try to put or to order each of these questions on the same order that the interviewer asked the questions. Interview, entrevista. Interviewer, entrevistadora. Okay? As you notice, let me tell you something. No sé si se habrán dado cuenta que muchos verbos, muchos sustantivos, sobre todo cuando están implicados con profesiones, yo agregándole la ER puede pasar de sustantivo a pasar a ser una profesión. Example, teach. En este caso es un verbo, ¿verdad? Teach, enseñar. Teacher, profesora. Okay? For example, in this case, interview, entrevista, ahí sí es un sustantivo. Interviewer, entrevistador. Okay? Cook, cocinar. Cooker, cocinero. Okay, so we are gonna see this later, right? But I just wanna make that clear so you can have a better idea. So the interviewer is gonna ask these questions. You have to listen and decide which one goes first. Okay, let's listen.
3.4. 1.
What time do you usually get up?
Okay, that was question number 1. And right now, you are going to listen Veronica's answer, okay?
During the week, I usually get up at about 8.
Okay, that is number one, the question and the answer. Now, let's listen question number 2.
2. How often do you train?
We
Question number 2, and then you're gonna hear Veronica's answer.
have one training session every day and some days 2.
3.
How many hours do you train?
We train for 2 hours.
4.
What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I go to Danish lessons, I go shopping, or I meet friends. I also talk online to my family and friends in Spain nearly every day.
5.
Do you do any other sport or exercise?
I often go to the gym, but I don't do other sports. I don't have time. But I often watch sports on TV. Handball, of course, football, tennis. I like most sports.
6.
What do you do at the weekend?
At the weekend, I always have a match. When it's a home match, I have some free time, but when it's an away match, I don't have any. I travel to the match, play the match, and then travel back home.
7.
How do you relax before a match?
I go and sit down somewhere quiet. I need to be alone and think about the match.
8.
What do you do in the holidays?
In the holidays, I always want to go to a hot place and relax. Denmark is usually cold and the winters are very long. I dream of the sun.
Okay, notice the difference of the accent between the interviewer and Veronica. Veronica is from Spain. That's why she sounds different. She has an accent, just as me, just as you. But the interviewer, of course, he is from UK. He has like a really good pronunciation, okay? So right now, I'm gonna read for you each of the questions, okay? And please pay attention to the pronunciation. Do you do any other sport or exercise? How do you relax? Right here is not before, right here it's before. This is misspelled the right, it's the right way, it's like this, before, okay? This is misspelled. Before a match, how often do you train? How many hours do you train? What do you do in the holidays? Remember, holidays, it's Dia de los Difuntos, Christmas, Carnival, all of that, it's holidays. What do you do in your free time? What time do you usually get up? Usually, remember, this is an adverb of frequency. We checked this content yesterday. Usually, not usually, usually. What do you do at the weekend? Okay, now I'm gonna give you 3 minutes so you can replay the audio and you can decide which one of the questions go first, second, and so on. Okay, guys, let's hear it, okay? Let's go with question number 1. And this is gonna be for Erika del Valle, okay? So let's listen.
3.4. 1.
What time do you usually get up?
Okay, what's the first question that you are listening, Erika? Which one of all of these questions was the one that you heard first?
What time do you usually get up?
Correct. That is number 1. Let's hear it once again, okay?
3.4. 1.
What time do you usually get up?
Correct, right? What time do you usually get up? Great job, Erika. Thank you very much. Now, let's continue with question number 2. Catherine, this is going to be yours, okay? Let's hear the answer that Veronica is telling, and then we hear the question.
During the week, I usually get up at about 8.
Okay, now we go.
2.
How often do you train?
We
Okay, what's the question that you are listening, Catherine?
How often do you train?
Correct. How often do you train? Thank you very much, Catherine.
have one training session every day and some days 2.
Okay, question number 3, it's Alex Ayauca. So let's hear it.
3.
How many hours do you train?
We
Okay, what's the question, Alex?
How many hours do you train?
Correct. How many hours do you train? Great job, Alex.
train for 2 hours.
Okay, question number 4 goes for Luis Saravia. Let's listen.
4.
What do you do in your free time?
What's the question that you are listening, Luis?
4.
Yes, number 4. Which one is it?
What do you do in your free time?
Correct. What do you do in your free time? That is number 4. Thank you very much, Luis.
In my free time, I go to Danish lessons, I go shopping, or I meet friends. I also talk online to my family and friends in Spain nearly every day.
Okay, question number 5 goes for Pedro, so let's listen.
5.
Do you do any other sport or exercise?
So Pedro, what's the question that you are listening?
What do you do any other sport or exercise?
Correct. Do you do any other sports or exercise? Thank you very much, Pedro. Let's continue. Let's listen.
I often go to the gym, but I don't do other sports. I don't have time. But I often watch sports on TV. Handball, of course, football, tennis. I like most sports.
Okay, now, Jessica, the next one goes for you. Question number 6, okay?
6. What do you do at the weekend?
Okay, what's the question that you're listening, Jessica? Your microphone, it's off.
What do you at the weekend?
Correct. What do you do at the weekend? Thank you very much. Number 6. Let's listen.
At the weekend, I always have a match. When it's a home match, I have some free time, but when it's an away match, I don't have any. I travel to the match, play the match, and then travel back home.
Okay, question number 7 goes for you, Juan Carlos.
7. How do you relax before a match?
Okay, what's the question, Juan Carlos?
How do you relax before a match?
Correct. This is the one that is misspelled, right? How do you relax before a match? Correct. Thank you very much. So the last one is, of course, this one right here. Let's listen.
Go and sit down somewhere quiet. I need to be alone and think about the match.
8. What do you do in the holidays?
In the holidays, I always want to go to a hot place and relax. Denmark is usually cold and the winters are very long. I dream of the sun.
Okay. So before we move into the next activity, I want that you guys notice something. All of these are questions, right? And all of the questions have like some order that they need to have like a structure. Notice this one right here. Do, in this case, is an auxiliary. You have the subject, you, and right here you have do as a verb. Do you do any other sports of exercise, right? We are following a structure. We have how, what, and what. All of these words are question words. Remember that I told you that question words are where, why, what, when, how often, how many. Okay, so we have to follow an order. And that is precisely the thing that I want to mention right now. We are going to go with that in a bit. So all of these are question words, okay? And depending on the question words, we use each of them for any situation, any different situation. For example, in this case, we were talking about what. Whenever I use what, I use it for asking for a specific thing or a specific activity. Just as the example right here. You have, let me check. What do you do at the weekend? I'm asking for information. What time do you usually get up? I'm asking for the information about the time that Veronicas usually get up. So notice that I use what whenever I'm asking about information, okay? Right now, we also have How often? How often do you train? In the case of how often, it's for asking about frequency. How often do you do something? How often do you go to school? How often do you eat? How often do you watch TV? Okay, so how often? It's to ask about frequency. Now, that is how often. How by itself, solito, no how often, only how, it's to ask about like a way, like how do you do that, okay? Asking for a way, a manner, a form. How does it work? How do you feel? How do you eat that? How do you go to school? I go by bus. How does it work? It works only taking the cap up. That's it. ¿Cómo funciona eso? ¿Cómo vas a la escuela? Para preguntar la manera de que se hace algo. Okay? Now, in this case, we have how many. How many hours do you train? How many? It's to ask about quantity. Quantity with countable nouns. We're gonna check about countable and uncountable nouns later, but whenever I ask about how many, I'm asking about the quantity of something. How many hours did you sleep last night? ¿Cuántas horas dormiste anoche? How many houses do you have? ¿Cuántas casas tú tienes? How many se utiliza para contables, ¿verdad? No para cosas incontables, sino cosas que yo puedo decir 1, 2, 3. Por ejemplo, how much es para cosas incontables, como les digo, eso lo vamos a ver más adelante, pero se los aclaro, ¿ok? Now, let me see. In the case, for example, of where, we can use where to ask about a position, a place. Where do you live? I live in Ciudad Celeste. Where are my boots? ¿Dónde están mis botas? Your boots are over there. Allá están tus botas. Ah, okay. So you're asking about a place, a position. Whenever you use when, similar to where, but this one is when, is to ask about time, about a date, about a moment. When can I see you? ¿Cuándo te puedo ver? When did you last see him? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que lo viste? Whenever we use why, it's asking for a reason. Why was he late? ¿Por qué él llegó tarde? Why are you crying? ¿Por qué estás llorando? Why are you happy? ¿Por qué estás feliz? And who, we use it for ask about a person. Who is that woman over there? Who is your father? ¿Quién es tu papá de esos señores que está allá? Who are you talking to? ¿Quién te llamó por teléfono? Okay, this is only an explanation. I just want to tell you this because the next activity is related to that topic, okay? Okay, so notice that right here you have some of the rules that I already explained this, okay? Remember that you have either two situations, a sentence that will have the verb to be and sentence that will have any other verbs. Yo les había dicho que nosotros podemos tener oraciones. Nosotros tenemos dos tipos de verbos, dos grandes grupos de verbos. El verbo to be, que es am, is, are, ¿verdad? Que es para hablar sobre tu nacionalidad, para hablar sobre tus sentimientos, para hablar sobre, para describir algo. For example, I am Andrea, I am from Guayaquil. Estoy utilizando el verbo, me estoy describiendo, estoy diciendo mi nacionalidad. Eso es el verbo to be. Y tenemos el otro grupo de verbos que son los verbos que implican que haya una acción. I play in the park. Yo juego en el parque. Ese juego implica una acción. Y esto es lo que ustedes ven dividido aquí. Entonces, hay un orden para las preguntas. And you can take this as a reference for the next exercise. Notice whenever we have verb to be, are or is, we are gonna be doing the structure like this. First of all, we start with the question word. Question word, where, why, when, what, how many, how often. All of those are questions. After that, you are gonna be using the verb to be, then the subject, and then the complement. So you can say, are they American? Is this your coat? How old are you? Notice that we have a structure, okay? Now, in the case of the situations when we have a verb that implies an action, such as we can say speak, play, cook, watch, okay? In that case, we are gonna be using, once again, the question word, where, what, when, how often, how many. Then we use the auxiliary. Remember that depending on the subject, we can be using do or does. Do goes for I, you, also goes for they and we. And does goes for he, she, or it. And after that, we are gonna be using the subject and the verb in infinitive. Do you speak English? Where do you live? What does your sister do? Your sister, it's equivalent to a she. Similar to the example that I told Pedro, right? I told Pedro, what's the name of your wife? It's Gabriela. Okay, so Gabriela, it's a woman. So because of that, the auxiliary, it's does and not do. What music do you like? When does Jane go to the gym? How do you spell it? Okay, so right now I know that this is a lot of blah, blah, blah. So let's just try to practice this. And remember, you can take this as a reference. You can always open this and have it like beside or next to your activity to check what's the correct order, okay? Please, guys, don't do any activity if I don't tell you to do it, okay?
Sí, se me abrió eso ahí.
Okay, please, this is once again, if I don't tell you to do it, don't do it. Because otherwise you're gonna be losing your...
Por el listen se me abrió.
Okay.
Me equivoqué.
Okay, but you still have it. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna delete it, okay? Okay. So right here, you have this instruction. Reorder the words to make questions. So basically right here, you have all of the words, but at this point, they don't make any sense. So your duty is to try to make it in good sense. For example, notice something. My first recommendation, it's identify if there is a verb to be or there is the rest of the verb. Mi primera sugerencia, identifiquen si hay un verbo to be o un verbo que implica acción. ¿Por qué? Depending on that, you can, in that moment, know what's the suggestion of the order. If there's a verb to be, I know that it has to be in this way. And if there is any of this kind of verbs, such as speak, live, live, do, like, go, or spell, is this structure. For example, right here, I'm gonna ask you something, please. Listen carefully. These are the words that we have right here. Is, from, Veronica, and where. My question for you guys, do we have verb to be or do we have an action verb?
Action verb.
Which one is the action verb according to you?
Where?
Where?
Okay, this is not an action verb. This is a question word. This is a question word. Where? And remember that
From.
an action verb is speak, cook, play, un verbo que implica una acción, ¿verdad? Where, what, todo eso son question words, son palabras para hacer preguntas, ¿verdad? Entonces, where is a question word. So, now, where is a question word? Veronica is a subject. We have is and from. Do we have verb to be, or action verb?
Verb to be.
Verb to be.
Verb to be. Which one is the verb to be?
Is.
Is, correct. So is my verb to be. So we have to follow this structure right here, okay? So we have to follow, we have to notice, do we have a question word? We have a question word,
Yes.
right? I already say that it's where. So after the question word, we need to add the verb to be. So which one was the verb to be?
Is.
Is.
Correct. Where is, then we have
Subject.
the subject, correct. Where is Veronica? Well, in this case, we have tilde. And finally, the complement, el complemento. Where is Veronica from? We use a capital letter right here because we are starting the sentence, and Veronica, it's a name. So also capital letter. And we don't do this because the question mark, it's already right here. This is a question mark. Esto es un signo de interrogación, question mark, okay? So just try to do the same dynamic that I did with this one. Try to identify if you have verb to be or if you have an action verb, okay? Let's have 3 minutes to do this and then we check the answer. Okay, guys. So before you guys tell me the right order, we are gonna do the exact same dynamic that I did before, okay? So, Juan Carlos, the next question, my question for you is, do we have verb to be or do we have action verb?
Verb to be.
Yes, correct. We have verb to be. Okay, so let's go
Yes.
with the structure. So right here, if we don't have any question word, we just go directly to the verb to be, right? So in this case, we don't have any question word. So how would you do this, the question, Juan Carlos?
Is
Mm-hmm.
Bhutan
Correct.
a big country?
Correct. Is Bhutan a big country? Amazing job. Thank you very much, Juan Carlos. So we go, since we don't have a question word, no tenemos una question word como how, old, where, nos vamos directo al verbo to be. Por eso Juan Carlos me dijo es. And Bhutan, in this case, it's the subject. Then we go with the rest of the sentence. Is Bhutan a big country? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Now, Catherine Bermeo. So, Catherine, in this next question, do we have verb to be or do we have an action verb?
Action verb.
We have an action verb. So, which one is the action verb right here?
Win.
Correct. That is the action verb. So how will you do the question, Catherine?
When does
Correct.
Canada win Olympic medals?
Correct. When does Canada win Olympic
Medals.
Olympic there we go, medals, there we go. So we have an action verb structure. So we also have when, that is the question word. Then we go, as you can see right here, with the auxiliary or the auxiliary. And in this case, the auxiliary is does. Then we go with the subject, Canada, then the verb, and the complement or rest of the sentence. Thank you very much, Catherine. So notice something right here. Watch out. We have do and we have does. Remember that I mentioned this yesterday. Do can either be auxiliary or this can also be do as an action, right? I can say, I do my homework. And in this case, this is an action verb. But I can also use do as an auxiliary. I can say, do you like pasta? So in this case, do, it's been used as an auxiliary, okay? So let's see. Pedro Anchundia. First of all, my question, do we have verb to be or do we have an action verb?
Action verb.
Action verb. Which one is the action verb, Pedro?
El do.
Correct. Do, it's gonna be the action verb and that is auxiliary. Okay, so how would you do the question, Pedro?
Udasen.
Subject.
Hotel, Verónica.
And,
Hotel Sport.
okay, does Veronica do other sports? Okay, notice that we are following this structure. We don't have question word. We go with the auxiliary, the subject, and then the verb, the infinitive. Auxiliary, subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence, okay? Great job, guys. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Isbutan. Yeah, that was my mistake. It's spelled wrong. Okay, it's B-H-U-T-A-T-A-N, and I spell it B-U-T-H-A-N. So that was my mistake. Besides that, it's good. Now, let's go with the next activity. And in the next activity, we will practice the question words. Remember, all of these are question words. And right here, you have the description in which situation do we use each of them. So let's go and let's do the next activity. Jessica, can you please read the instruction of this activity?
Grammar back 1B completed the sentences with a question word from the list.
Okay, correct. So right here is 1A, okay? One suggestion, not only for Jessica, and this is for all of us Guayaquileños. As Guayaquileños, sometimes we speak way too fast. We think that we are rappers, that we are Eminem, that we are Limp Bizkit, that we are Jay-Z. Nosotros pensamos que somos Eminem, nosotros los guayaquileños que somos Jay-Z, que somos raperos, y hablamos muy rápido. Obviamente ese es nuestro acento, no tenemos acento, pero es nuestra característica. Mi sugerencia es que cuando hablemos inglés, tratemos de bajar las revoluciones. Yo hablo rapidísimo, pero cuando hablo inglés trato de sacar esa parte guayaquileña de mí y hacer un enunciation, como que enunciar bien las palabras, no articular. Okay, just that suggestion that I give to all of my students. So notice right here, you have the question and the answer, okay? And the thing that you have to do is to complete with the question word that you think is the correct. When, remember, when is to ask about a time, right? Or a date. Para when yo utilizo cuando quiero preguntar sobre alguna ocasión, sobre qué tiempo, sobre en qué fecha, cuándo. Who, it's to ask about a particular person, para preguntar sobre una persona. Who are you? ¿Quién eres? How, in this case, how puede ser para un método, puede ser para how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Okay, how do you do that? ¿Cómo haces eso? How do you spell it? ¿Cómo lo deletreas? What es para pedir más información sobre algo. What do you do for living? ¿Qué haces para vivir? What do you do in your job? ¿Qué haces en tu trabajo? What are you eating? ¿Qué estás comiendo? Pido información. ¿Qué? Where, it's to ask about location. ¿Dónde? Where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? Where do you want to go for holiday? ¿Dónde quieren ir para el feriado? So right here, you have to not only check the question, but also check the answer. The answer, it's gonna tell you the proper, the answer is gonna tell you the context. For example, take a look on the first. Music does she like? I'm asking about music that she likes. And my answer is jazz and pop. So right here, Alex Ayauca, according to you, which one will make sense? When music does she like? Who music does she like? how music does she like, what music does she like, or where music does she like?
What?
Correct, because I'm asking about information, right? What music does she like? ¿Qué tipo de música te gusta? Estoy pidiendo información. And right here I have the information, jazz and pop, okay? So you guys are gonna do the same thing with the remaining 7 sentences, okay? Go ahead, let's have 3 minutes to do this and then we check the answer. Okay, guys, let's go with the second question. This is, I will say that this is a common one. This is a regular one. So right here, the answer is she's 19. Okay, so right here, we're asking about old, about age. So let me tell you something about this, right? Whenever somebody asks about your age, right? Let me go right here. Okay, there we go. So let me put this on the left. Okay, so for example, right now, my age is 33 years old, right? So if somebody asks you, right, how old are you? Right now, I already telling you the answer. So you can just say, I'm 33, and that's it. You can also say, I'm 33 years old. Okay, that is also acceptable. And in some cases, you are gonna see that people write like this. I'm 33, basically years old. Okay, so all of these three ways that I'm telling you right here, it's appropriate, it's valid, it's correct. Okay, so that's why right here you don't have she is 19 years old, right? You only have she's 19. Okay, so let's see, Jimena. I'm sorry, I was checking your last name. Jessica, can you please tell me the right answer right here? Can you read the whole question?
How old is your sister?
Correct. How old is your sister? Great job, Jessica. Thank you very much. So let's go for the next one. And we're gonna go with Catherine Bermeo. The answer right here is a sandwich and a beer, please. So, Catherine, what's the question right here?
What do you want for lunch?
Correct. What do you want for lunch? I'm asking you about information. Information like, what are you having for lunch? And this is the information right here, okay? Thank you very much, Catherine. Pedro, now we have his sister. We're talking about a person, right? So how would you do the question, Pedro?
Was the woman white book?
Like this one right here, right? Whose, that is the pronunciation. Okay, who, it's by itself, but right here we have a contraction, right? So we have who, that is the pronunciation, who, like this. If you say, who is that girl, you can say, who is that girl? But you can also do a contraction. Remember that you can just go like this. Who's that girl? So if you go like this, the pronunciation is whose. Whose, okay? So that is the situation right here. Who's that woman with Bob? Thank you very much, Pedro. Let's continue with number 5. Juan Carlos, number 5, correct. Right here we have on Thursday. We're talking about a date. So how would you do the question?
When do you have English classes?
Correct.
On
When,
Tuesdays.
correct. When do you have English classes? On Thursdays. So because I'm asking about a date, a day, an hour, I use when. Correct. Erika del Valle. So right here you have do you spell your name? And right here, you are spelling, right? My name is spelled A-N-D-R-E-A, Andrea. That is how I spell my name. So what's the correct, how is the correct way to form the question, Erica?
How do you spell your last name?
Correct. How do you spell your last name? Correct. Great job, Erica. Thank you very much. Let's continue with number 7. The answer right here is in an office. I'm talking about a place. So, Luis, please tell me the correct way to do the question.
What does your wife work?
Okay, what does your wife work? Notice the answer, Luis. I'm talking about an office. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Office is a place, just as a house is a place. Also, the bedroom is a place, okay? So whenever we talk about place, we don't use what. What? It's for information. What are you doing? I'm asking about information of what you're doing and eating. I also use what for, I could say what kind of TV shows you watch. Do you watch? Do you watch? Okay. So in this case, I'm asking you about information of TV shows. So this is not the case, Luis. I'm asking you about a place. So it's not what, it's a different one. Which one do you think is the correct? Remember that you can go right here. Notice, right here you have this reference. You have who to ask about a person, when to ask about a place or position, when to ask about time, why, reason, what, information, how, away. Okay, so according to you, which one fits the question?
Where?
Which one?
Where?
Where, correct, because I'm asking about a place. So we will say, where do your wife work? ¿Dónde trabaja tu esposa? In an office. Okay, great job. Thank you very much, Luis. And finally, let's go with Alex Ayauca. So Alex, we have the next one, right? We have the next one. To the beach, or we sometimes go abroad. Abroad is the same to say, I'm gonna give you a similar word. Abroad means out of the country. Okay, so for example, if I say on my vacations, I'm going to go abroad. I'm going to go to USA, to United States, right? I live in Ecuador, but since I'm going out of the country, abroad, it's going out of the country, salir del país, irse afuera, al exterior, okay? Now, so right here, which one do you think is the correct way to form the question, Alex?
Where do you usually go on holiday?
Okay, can you please repeat? I was not able to hear you properly. Can you please repeat it, Alex?
What?
What? Okay, what do you usually,
What?
okay, what do you usually go on holiday? I'm talking about a place, to the beach, or we sometimes go abroad. I'm talking about the beach, that is a place, and I'm talking about going abroad. It's also a place. It could be United States, it could be Argentina. So I'm talking about a place. Remember, what? It's for information. This is a place. Which one you can use instead, Alex? I'm gonna tell you something, okay? You have this. This is the question. Correct. It's where. Okay, but let me tell you something. You have, do you usually go on holiday? Okay, so if the answer is to the beach, so yo entiendo a la final aquí la confusión, ¿verdad? Porque me dice, what do you usually, pero el go, el que yo vaya a ir, ya implica que sea un lugar. Si yo aquí dijera, what do you usually do on holiday? ¿Qué usualmente tú haces en el holiday, en un holiday? Ahí podría tener algo de sentido, pero como yo digo go, so because of that, the right answer is where. Notice that makes sense. Where do you usually go on holiday? To the beach, or we sometimes go abroad, okay? Now, click into the finish button, guys, so you can register your activity. And we can move on into the next activity. We have still 2 activities to go. And after that, we are going to have a quick break. Okay, let's do the next 2 activities so you can have a 15 minutes break. Okay, we did this one right here. Okay. This activity right here, guys, Grammar Bank 1B, this is, I'm going to assign you this as a homework, okay? You are gonna do this by yourself. This one right here, we are gonna skip it right now, but you guys are gonna do it afterwards. Esta aquí la vamos a saltar y esta queda de tarea, okay? Right now, let's do this one right here. Grammar Bank 1C. Okay, Erika del Valle, can you please read the instruction for this activity?
Grammar Bank 1C. Complete the question with is, are, do, or does.
Correct. Great pronunciation. Thank you very much, Erika. So yes, right here you have all of these possible options, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you have does. Notice something, does and does. The only difference is that right here it starts with capital letter. Pero fíjense que es la misma palabra, solo que una inicia con mayúscula. Lo que me indica a mí es que va a ir al inicio de la pregunta. That's the only thing, okay? So you have to decide if you will have to use the auxiliary or the verb to be. Aquí ustedes van a tener que hacer una dinámica similar a la que hicimos hace un momento, okay? For example, right here we have football your favorite sport? Okay, so my question for you guys is, do we have an action verb? Tenemos un verbo de acción aquí. Football is football your favorite sport? Action verb, yes or no?
Yes.
Which one is the action verb?
No.
No.
No, we don't have any action verb. Remember, action verb is play, action verb is cook, read, speak. And right here we have football. Football is a sport, right? So no, your is a subject, favorite, and we have also sport. So no of this is an action verb. So now we have to decide. Nosotros no tenemos un action verb, así que por ahí yo ya voy descartando que sea does, o do, o do. Aquí las opciones que a mí me quedan son de verbo to be. It can be either is or are. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Is football your favorite sport, or are football your favorite sport?
Is.
Correct. So we're gonna go with this because it needs to go with capital letter. Now, the next one. And right here, notice something. I'm gonna tell you something because probably you're gonna get confused about this. Relax, it's a verb, okay? Relax, relajarse, ese es un verbo de acción. Se los digo porque a la final no están familiarizados con el verbo, entonces se los digo que sí hay un action verb aquí. So, right here, we are gonna be using either does or do. So to know this, I have to identify the subject. We have the subject you. So in this case, do we use does or do?
Do.
Correct. How do you relax on weekends? Okay. Now, let's go with the next one. Notice what sports popular in your country. Question. Do we have an action verb?
No.
No, right?
No.
Correct. We don't have any action verbs. So right now we have to decide if the correct answer is or are. What sports, notice it's a sports, plural, popular in your country. So it's are or is?
Are.
Correct. Okay. So let's do the last one and then you're gonna do the remaining 4 by yourself. Okay, let's do the last one. So this is the only question that we need to consider. This is the answer. So you guys are gonna ignore this. Ignoren esto porque esta ya es la respuesta. Nos vamos a enfocar aquí. We have you hungry. So right here, do we have an action verb?
Sí.
Which one is the action verb?
Or no.
No, right? No, because hungry, it's like an state, right? I'm hungry right now. Hungry, hambriento is not a verb, okay? So we don't have an action verb. We either have to use are or is, and the subject is you. So do we use is or are?
Are.
Correct. Are you hungry? It's time for lunch, okay? You guys right now are going to have 3 minutes. Just do the exact same thing that we are doing, okay? Identify if there is an action verb. Identifiquen si hay un verbo que implica una acción. Y a partir de eso, fíjense cuál de las opciones sería la correcta, okay? 3 minutes. Okay, guys, so let's check. Okay, let's go with Erika Valle. So, Erika, how will you do question number 5?
Where do you usually have lunch on Sunday?
Where do you usually have? Have is the action verb, right? Because of that, we either have two options, use do or does. And right here, we have the subject you. So Erika's answer is correct. Great job, Erika. Let's continue with number 6. Jessica Ramirez.
Does your country win a lot of medals in the Olympics?
Correct. Great job. Great catch. Thank you very much, Jessica. Does your country win? Right here is the action verb. A lot of medals in the Olympics. Great job. Great catch. Thank you very much. Let's continue with number 7. Let's see. Luis Sarabia.
How old are your teacher?
Okay, right here, I'm talking about your teacher. So the teacher, it's either a woman or a man. So because of that, are is not appropriate, ¿verdad? Entiendo la posible confusión, ¿verdad? Porque tú estás viendo aquí you, pero no es you, sino es your. Yo estoy diciéndote tu profesora. No estoy diciéndote cuántos años tienes tú. Si yo dijera how old are you, ahí sí es válido, pero te estoy preguntando por tu profesor, que puede ser un hombre o una mujer, ¿verdad? Y como es tercera persona, which one do you think is the correct answer, Luis?
Do.
No. You either have are or is. Those are the
Is.
two possible options, correct. How old is your teacher? Similar al ejemplo que ayer hicimos con Pedro, ¿verdad? Que también decía your wife. Y Pedro también, por ahí viene esa confusión. Pero aquí este you no es de sujeto, sino que es de lo que habíamos visto de posesivo. Tu profesor, tu casa, su casa, ¿verdad? Entonces, a ese se refiere, esto no es you, sino es your, no es tú de, tú te llamas, no, sino de tu pertenencia, your teacher, okay? Now, number 8, Juan Carlos Cordero.
Watch TV programs does your husband like?
Correct. Right here, it's kind of different, the structure. We have like at the end, okay? We have like, it's the action verb. So because of that, es lo mismo acá. Miren, your husband, tu esposo. Como el esposo es hombre, ¿verdad? Yo, en ese caso, utilizo el auxiliar para tercera persona. Now, let's continue with the last one. Thank you very much, Juan Carlos. Great catch. Pedro Anchundia.
Do you do sport or exercise during the week?
Correct. Do you do? Notice, do, auxiliary, and this do is an action.
The
It's a
verb.
verb. Correct. Do you do sport or exercise during the week? Correct. Great job, guys. I know that probably at times you are going to feel kind of lost, like, I'm not getting this. There is a lot of rules. Every time is different. I know that feeling, but believe me, this is only the beginning. You are in level 1. This is going to get better. You need to practice. That is why I'm being really pushy about go to Alticia and practice. At this point, You need to practice. That is it. There is not magical solution. You need to practice. You need to practice your listening skills, your reading skills, your writing skills. Only with that way, you are gonna get better. There is no shortcut. No hay aquí algún atajo para en algún momento poder entender mejor el inglés. Práctica. That is it. Okay. Now we're gonna stop right now. We're gonna have a break. Okay, we're gonna have a break until 2030. Okay, we're gonna have a quick break until 2030. So I see you in a bit. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna once again double check if you are right here. Okay, I'm gonna double check the attendance. So please do not forget that in order to have your attendance, you need to have your camera on. So let's start with Mr. Alex Ayauca.
Here.
Thank you, Alex. Pedro Anchundia.
Here.
Thank you, Pedro. Catherine Bermeo.
Here.
Thank you, Catherine. Alexander Castro. Juan Carlos Cordero.
Here.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. Erika del Valle.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Erika. Jessica Jimenez.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you. Luis Sarabia.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Luis. Thank you. Ángel Toaza. Zuley Vega. So right now, let's continue with the unit that we were previously, because we have some content related to the pronunciation that we need to work on, okay? So let me just fix this so I can see my screen properly, and then we will continue. Okay, meanwhile, this thing, it's loading. Let me tell you about this activity that I'm gonna assign you as part of the project grading category, okay? This right here, this platform, this website that you right now are checking, that you are seeing, the name is Flipgrid, okay? Flipgrid is a platform that allow us as a teacher to, I can basically, I'm gonna be able to assess your speaking skills. How? You are gonna be able to record videos right here, okay? So I'm gonna send you a link in a couple of minutes so you can access to this activity. Okay, yo les voy a enviar un link para que puedan acceder a esta plataforma y a esta actividad. Y básicamente esta plataforma nos deja a nosotros como profesores calificar sus skills, sus habilidades de habla, de speaking, ¿verdad? Porque les permite grabar videos sin tenerlos que colgar como en YouTube, nada de eso, simplemente los ponen aquí y es bastante fácil, ¿ok? So, let me check, this is not loading properly. Okay, there we go. Check, okay. So if you want to access to this activity, you can do it from the main section right here. In the class resources, you're gonna see, first of all, this first link that says, click here to join Flipgrid. Ese es el link que los va a llevar a la plataforma en general, ¿verdad? Así como cuando ustedes quieren ingresar, por ejemplo, a Facebook, ¿verdad? Ustedes ingresan y ustedes ingresan a la plataforma general. No es que hayan iniciado sesión ni nada, sino que a la página general que todo el mundo ve. This link that you're gonna find above right here, Flipgrid Activity 1, free time activity. This is gonna take you to the activity that I'm showing you right now. Okay, so if you click here, lo más probable es que les vaya a pedir, eso sí, que se registren. El registro no es nada de otro mundo, simplemente pueden registrarse con su Gmail, con su Microsoft, con Hotmail, con el email que tengan, el dominio que tengan, ustedes lo van a poder hacer, ¿ok? Y una vez que se registren de manera rápida, ustedes van a poder ingresar a esta actividad que ven acá. Let me check if this, I don't know what's the deal with this. Okay, let me see. Okay, so right here, this is the instruction. You will talk about your free time. And the main question to develop the activity is, what do you like to do in your free time? So right here, you have the instruction. Share a video telling any activity you like to do in your spare time. Spare time and free time is the same. Example, in my free time, I like to watch movies with my mom. I like to go shopping with my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Also, I like to sleep. And you can continue with the activities that you like to do. Now, right here, you have the instructions. The video length, it's minimum 30 seconds. So no 10 seconds, no 15 seconds, no 20 seconds, but 30, please, okay? 30 seconds, half a minute. Another suggestion, please check your pronunciation. So if you want to know how to properly pronounce a word, remember that you can go to Google Translate and you can know how to properly pronounce a word. I'm gonna check your pronunciation, okay? The deadline, I mean, like the last date of the next week that you can upload this video is on Wednesday, November 22nd, okay? It doesn't matter the hour, as long as you upload it on November 22nd, you are good to go. And as I was telling you before, this activity will be considered as part of the project grading category, that 20%, okay? So still, this is not going good. Okay. So shoot, if you have any questions, let me know. Do you have any questions about this activity that I have assigned to you? So no questions? Okay, just let me log in again so I can check if there is no issues anymore.
Teacher, solo era un video, nada más,
Yes.
o varios.
No, only one. Only one. Look, this is how this works. You're gonna find the exact same thing. And right here, you are gonna click on grabar. Once that you open that, you're gonna have that interface. And well, in this case, yo ahorita voy a hacer todo el ejemplo, pero van a ver que no me van a escuchar porque el audio se va a ir a Flipgrid y ya va a emigrar de Zoom, entonces no me van a escuchar. Pero por favor, fíjense en lo que voy a hacer para que noten cómo es el proceso. In my free time, I like to go out with my sister, with my nephew, and my niece. Also, I really like to watch TV shows and movies on Netflix. Also, I like to sleep because I enjoy to sleep a lot, and that is it. My name is Andrea Rodriguez. ¿Me pueden escuchar ahora? Ok,
Sí.
ya. Ok, entonces ahí yo ya lo hice y ese es mi video. Fueron 30 segundos, no tengo que poner descripción, vínculo, nada. Publicar tema. Comienza a cargar el video. Y eso sí, cuando ustedes se registren, por favor, regístrense con su nombre, ¿no? Jessica Jiménez, Luis Arabia, Alex Ayauca, no se vayan a poner Leo Messi o Lionel el más chévere, Goku el bacán, no, su nombre, porque si no se me va a dificultar saber quién es cada uno. No, porque obviamente voy a entrar al video y los voy a reconocer, pero de esa manera me sale ordenado alfabéticamente, ¿no? Y ahí ya está, se compartió. If I go back, se van a fijar que si voy nuevamente acá, ya va a estar publicado el tema. Déjenme ver. Ir al tema. Y ya ahí está mi video. Así va a aparecer el de ustedes. Y yo tengo a Andrea Rodríguez. Entonces, mi sugerencia es que por favor, nombre y apellido. Entonces, es bastante fácil, ¿ok? I'm gonna delete this. And that is it, okay? So let me close this and let me go back to our Moodle ebook. Okay, we were on Unit 6B. I'm sorry, 6A. Right here, we are gonna check some vocabulary related to the free time. Notice, right here you have some vocabulary that probably it's gonna be useful for your upcoming task, for the Flipgrid task, okay? Take a look. Right here you have even the picture and also the verb and verb phrases. Go out, go out. Play computer games, play computer games. Do sports, do sports. Go to the beach, go to the beach. You can also say go to the cinema, go to the theater, go to the movies. Stay at home, stay at home. Play tennis, play tennis. Walk, walk in the mountains, walk in San Marino, walk in Mall del Sol. Play the piano, play the piano. Swim, swim. Notice the pronunciation. Swim. At the end with an M. Swim. No met, meet friends. Meet friends. Relax. No relax. Relax. The stress syllable in lax. Relax. Travel. Travel. No travel. 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 Okay, now I'm gonna play the audio so you can double check the pronunciation, and after that I'm gonna ask you to repeat these verbs and verb phrases.
3.8 Common verb phrases 2. 1. Free time. 1.
Go out.
2.
Play computer games.
3.
Do sport.
4.
Go to the beach.
5.
Stay at home.
6.
Play tennis.
7.
Walk.
8.
Play the piano.
9.
Swim.
10.
Meet friends.
11.
Relax.
12.
Travel.
Okay, so Pedro Anchundia, please repeat picture number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Number 1, go out,
Go out.
go out.
Okay,
Number 2, play computer game.
and
Number 3, do sport.
do sports, correct. Thank you very much, Pedro. Jessica Jimenez, number 4, 5, and 6.
Go to the beach, stay home, play tennis.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Repeat it, please.
And stay at home.
Correct. Stay at home. Thank you very much, Jessica. Luis Saravia, number 7, 8, and 9.
Walk.
Mhm,
Play the piano.
mhm.
Swing.
Glenn, correct. Great job, Luis. Thank you very much. And let's conclude with Alex Ayauca, 10, 11, and 12.
Meet friends. Relax. Travel.
Correct. Great pronunciation. Thank you, Alex. Now, we're gonna check. Remember that we already do this kind of activities. Right here, we are gonna listen to a sound, and right here, we are going to listen, we are going to repeat the word. So we have which, with, which, and the words are why, what, nor what, when, winter, walk. Next sound, house, house. Who, how, home, humble. Next sound, chair, air, where, there, airport. Next sound, owl, how, town, ciudad, town, pueblo. Mountains, outside. Okay, so let's listen.
3.9.
Which. Why. What. When. Winter. Walk.
House. Who. How. Home.
handball, chair, air, where, there, airport,
owl, ow, how, town, mountains, outside.
Okay, so, Catherine, can you please repeat the first group of words?
Which, why, what, when, winter, walk.
Correct. Thank you very much, Catherine. Let's continue with the second group of words. Juan Carlos Cordero, please.
House, who, how, home, handball,
Correct. Thank you very much, Juan Carlos. Erika del Valle, the next group of words, please.
chair, where, chair, airport.
Airport. Airport. Okay, remember that it's chair, where, there, airport. All right. Thank you very much, Erika. And finally, let's go with the next and last group of words, Alex Ayauca.
How, oh,
Owl.
owl,
All right. Continue.
how,
How.
oh,
Continue.
town,
Town. Remember that the sound is owl. That is the sound, okay? Owl. So we go with the same sound. How. Town. Okay? Continue, Alex.
mountains,
Mountains.
mountains,
And the last one?
outside,
Outside. Okay, let's go back from the beginning. How? Repeat after me, Alex.
how,
Town.
town,
Mountains.
mountains,
Outside.
outside.
Correct. Thank you very much, Alex, for that. Now, with that, we are going to be done with Unit 6A. And right now, let's continue with Unit 6B, okay? So, Unit 6B, let me go to our ebook. Okay, this is Unit 6B. I'm gonna ask Luis Sarabia, can you please read the title of Unit 6B?
7B. Leaks. Camera. Action.
Ok, lights. Acuérdate de los
Light.
productos como la Coca-Cola Light, ¿verdad?
Oh,
Lights, camera, action. Okay, thank you very much, Luis, for that. So right here in the grammar section, we are going to check imperative objects, pronouns such as me, him, her, yours, etc., etc. Into the vocabulary section, we will check kinds of films. Kinds. Esto también suelen tener las personas que están aprendiendo inglés problemas al pronunciarlo. Kinds. Es tipos de película. Kinds. No kinds. Kinds of films. And into the pronunciation section, we will check sentence rhythm and intonation. Okay, so let's see the first exercise on this unit. Okay, so right here, the first activity that we will develop is this: read and listen to a film director and some actors. Complete the dialogue. So let's see right here. It's a reading activity. And basically you have some gaps, right? For example, the first gap was this, but this is already complete with B. So what you will need to do is to notice what are the words that belong in each gap. Okay, let's listen. Let's listen first, and then you're gonna try to do it by yourself.
3.11.
Okay, be quiet, please. Scene 1, take 1. Lights, camera, action.
Okay, right here, we're gonna start with this, and remember that right here, this is the first word that you need to identify.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Scarlett.
Come in. Sit down. We need to talk.
Talk? What about?
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the word, and you're gonna try to understand the word that Scarlett is saying.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Scarlett.
Come in.
Anybody knows or anybody were able to catch the word?
Come.
Correct. Come in. Come in. Entra. Come in. Sit down. We need to talk, okay? Let's continue.
Sit down. We need to talk.
Talk? What about?
Us. You and me.
Listen to me, Scarlett. I love you. Do you love me?
I don't know, Sam.
Okay, right now let's listen to word number
Us. You and me.
Listen to me, Scarlett.
Okay, what's the word that Sam is saying right here?
Listen.
Listen to me.
Yes, listen. Listen to me, Scarlett. I love you. Let's see.
I love you. Do you love me?
I don't know, Sam. I need time.
And Rupert? Do you love him?
Don't talk about Rupert. Yes,
Okay, now I'm gonna replay this part, okay? Let's listen.
I need time.
And Rupert? Do you love him?
Don't talk about Rupert.
Okay, what's the word that you're hearing?
Talk.
Don't talk about it, right? Don't talk. Notice that right here, capital letter, because it's the first word of the sentence, same here, right here, but right here with, you don't need to add capital letter, okay? Let's continue.
Yes, I like Rupert, but I don't love him. You don't understand.
Don't cry, Scarlett. Please don't cry.
Cut. Great. I love.
But I don't love him. You don't understand.
Don't cry, Scarlett. Please don't cry.
Okay, what's the word that we have right here?
Don't.
Don't.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Please don't cry.
Cut. Great. I like it. Okay, scene 2. This is a big scene. Scarlett, go to the windows. This is a big scene. Scarlett, go to the windows.
Okay, what's the word?
Go.
Go.
Go to the window. Go to the window over there. Okay, let's continue.
Open them. Sam, go to Scarlett, go to the windows. Open them.
Were you able to catch the word?
Oh.
Open. Open them. Okay, let's continue with the next one.
Sam, go to Scarlett, stand next to her. Sam, go to Scarlett, stand next to her.
What is he saying?
Stand.
Stand.
Stand, correct. Like stand up, right? Stand. Stand next to her.
Scarlett, look at him. That's great. Don't move next to her. Scarlett, look at him. That's great.
What's the word?
Look.
Look.
Correct. Look at him.
Don't move.
What do I say to her? I don't remember.
Nothing. Don't say anything. Kiss her.
I don't remember.
Nothing. Don't say anything. Kiss her.
What's the word?
Stay.
Say.
Don't say anything. Okay, now you have the words, right? I'm gonna play the whole audio so you can follow the audio with the reading. Okay.
.11.
Okay. Be quiet, please. Scene 1. Take 1. Lights. Camera. Action.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Scarlett.
Come in. Sit down. We need to talk.
Talk? What about?
Us. You and me.
Listen to me, Scarlett. I love you. Do you love me?
I don't know, Sam. I need time.
And Rupert? Do you love him?
Don't talk about Rupert. Yes, I like Rupert, but I don't love him. You don't understand.
Don't cry, Scarlett. Please don't cry.
Cut. Great. I like it. Okay, scene 2. This is a big scene. Scarlett, go to the windows. Open them. Sam, go to Scarlett. Stand next to her. Scarlett, look at him. That's great. Don't move.
What do I say to her? I don't remember.
Nothing. Don't say anything. Kiss her.
Okay, so we got all of the words, right? Now, I wanna that you notice something. Notice this. You have be quiet. You also have the expression come in, listen to me, don't talk about Robert, don't cry. You also have go to the window, open them, okay? All of those are kind of orders, right? Commands. Son como órdenes, ¿verdad? Como algún tipo de orden. That's basically, it's the use of imperative. Remember that I told you that part of the grammar, it's the imperative. So basically, imperative are orders. This one right here. Okay. Be quiet. go over there, don't do that, don't eat chocolate. All of those are imperative. So, Alex Ayauca, can you please read the concept of imperative?
The imperative is mainly used to give commands, orders, instructions, warnings.
Correct. Thank you very much, Alex. So yes, we use imperative to give commands, orders, instructions, warnings. For example, orders. Clean your teeth now. Clean your teeth now. Open your book, guys. Open your book. Don't feed the animals. This is a warning. Don't feed the animals. Instruction. Turn on your cameras. Okay? That is also an instruction and it's an imperative. So how do we use the imperative? We use in affirmative form and we don't need to use with subject. Nosotros no necesitamos aquí utilizar un subject como I, you, he, she, sino simplemente dar la instrucción. Notice. Look. Yo no digo look at him. No tanto así. Con que yo diga look, yo ya estoy dando la orden. Call the police. She's getting robbed, right? Call the police. I can also use the imperative in a negative form. Don't play outside. Don't play inside the house. Don't kiss him. Don't do that. Don't turn on your camera. Do not talk. Okay, something that you have to notice is that there is no imperative interrogative sentences. No hay preguntas con los imperativos. Simplemente es o afirmativo o negativo. Okay, so some other uses of the imperative are invitations. Come to the party tonight. Come to my house. Come to my class. For whenever you want to ask for help. 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 That's it. You're asking for help. And also for giving advice. Be polite with your father. Be honest in your job. Be calm. Okay, for advices as well. Okay, so all of those sentences that you notice in the reading, be quiet, don't cry, go open the window, all of those are imperative. Okay, so let's go and let's do an activity related to this. This activity right here. Okay, we are going to do two more activities, this one right here and an additional activity, and with that we are going to be done with today's class. Okay, so let's do this activity so we can be closer to be done with the class. So right here you have Erika del Valle, can you please read the instruction? So notice that this is affirmative and this is negative. Okay, go ahead.
Complete the sentence with affirmative or negative imperative on a verb from the list.
Correct. Thank you very much. Great job, Erika. So right here you have all of these verbs. You have close, you have eat, you have go, make, play, open, read, no read, read, set, speak, worry, okay? So you will have to decide two things. You will have to decide if this is affirmative or negative. For example, in this case, is don't listen to Jim. He always says stupid things. You need to understand the context. That el que yo ponga en afirmativo o en negativo, me lo dirá el contexto. Let's take a look on the first one. It's very cold in here, right? It's very cold in here. The window, please. The window, please. So which one do you think makes sense right here?
Close.
Close.
Close, right? Close the window. Close the window is an imperative. That's it, okay? So, aquí yo tendría la opción de poner don't close the window. Pero no tiene sentido que yo diga it's very cold in here, don't close the window, please. Si está frío, yo voy a querer que cierre la puerta, ¿verdad? Entonces, en este caso, it's close the window, please. Let's see the next one. Chocolate. That chocolate, I need it for my cake. That chocolate, I need it for my cake. Which verb is related with chocolate?
Eat.
Correct. So we have eat that chocolate. I need it for my cake. So do you think is don't eat that chocolate or is eat that chocolate?
Done.
Correct. Because notice that I need it for my cake. Yo voy a utilizar ese chocolate. No te lo comas. Lo necesito para hacer un cake. Don't eat that chocolate. I need it for my cake. So right now you will have to understand the context. And in order to do that, you will have to either choose the verb or the negative way of the verb. Okay, let's have 3 minutes to do this and then we check your answer. Okay, guys, let's see the sentence number 3. So I'm gonna ask Juan Carlos Cordero. How would you do sentence number 3?
Don't play the piano. The baby's in bed.
Correct. Don't play. We have piano, so we know that whenever we talk about instruments, we can go with the verb play. But notice, the baby is in the bed, so probably the baby is sleeping. So the instruction is don't play the piano. Okay, great job, Juan Carlos. Thank you very much. Luis Sarabia, can you please go with number 4?
Sit. No. Speak.
Correct. Can you please read the whole sentence? Read all. Speak slowly, please. Can you please read the sentence?
Yeah. Speak slow, please. I don't understand you.
Understand you. Correct. Thank you very much, Luis. So let's continue with number 5, Pedro Anchundia.
You're very go
Tired.
to big.
Correct. Listen the pronunciation, Pedro, okay? You're very tired. Tired.
Go very tired.
Go to bed. Go
Go
to
to bed.
Correct. Thank you very much, Pedro. Jessica Jimenez, number 6, please.
Don't eat pass for lunch on the deck.
Okay, look, eat, we already have it.
Don't eat.
Yeah, no, but what's the answer that you're telling me? ¿Qué verbo me estás diciendo?
Don't.
Okay.
Don't eat.
Don't eat, like this. But it's already done. Ya acá está, ya no podemos utilizar it. So it's a different one. You still have make, you have read, you have sit, and you have worry. You have those options. Which one do you think it makes sense?
Worry.
Worry es preocuparse. So it doesn't make sense, right? So you can either go with make, with read, or with sit. Pasta is Alfredo, fettuccine, all of that is pasta, right? So which one do you think makes sense? Don't make pasta for lunch. Don't read pasta for lunch. Don't sit pasta for lunch.
Don't sit.
Sit es sentarse. Make es hacer. Make es hacer. So don't make pasta for lunch. Okay, don't. Sería lo mismo como que yo dijera don't cook, ¿verdad? Pero I'm saying don't make pasta for lunch. I'm on my diet. Okay, estoy a dieta. No hagas pasta. Okay. Now, let's go with the next one. Let's see, Alex Ayauca. Right here we have 2 verbs. So please, can you go and tell me number 7?
Sit down and read your books at page 30.
Okay. Look that I'm mentioning the page, right? I'm mentioning the page. So it's not read, it's a different verb. Which And which other verb do you think makes sense? You still have, let's see, you still have read. Okay, read is not. You still have open and worry. Which one do you think it makes sense?
Open.
Open, correct. Open. Sit down and open your books at page 43. Okay, that is the correct answer. Now, let's see. Catherine Bermeo, number 8, please.
Don't read my emails. They're private.
Private, correct. Don't
Private.
read my emails, correct. Right here, it's read. Don't read my emails, they're private. Thank you very much, Catherine. And finally, let's go with Juan Carlos Cordero, number 9, please.
Don't you worry, it's not a big problem.
Correct. Don't worry, it's not a big problem. Correct. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop right there because the next topic is quite complex. And if we start with that topic, we are gonna pass 10, okay? So we are going to stop right here. The thing that you have to do is this activity that I told you to do it before. This is from unit 6A. This activity you have to do, and also the activity from Flipgrid, the video, right? Those are the 2 activities that you are supposed to do. Now, this is a friendly reminder. Try to make some progress on Alticia, okay? This is the activity on Flipgrid that you have to do, and please go and try to do some progress on Alticia. So do you have any question before you guys can go and enjoy the rest of your night?
No. No.
No? Okay, guys. So if there is no question, I really appreciate your participation. Thank you very much. And I see you next week. Okay, have a great one. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Jessie.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Catherine. Bye, Eric. Thank you.